So there have been some questions about how to make sourdough bread, and we're going to start with how to get the starter started. Tom?
I've read a lot about this, and I've had a lot of failure. I've read using whole wheat dough, flour, using rye flour, using pineapple juice to start. None of it works. What I've finally been successful with is plain all-purpose flour and some water. You make it a little soupy and just cover it up loosely on a counter and let it sit for a day. Take some of that out, put it into a fresh container with some more flour and water. Let that sit, and you just keep doing that for a couple of days.
Do you do that every single day?
Every single day.
Every single day you take a little bit out and put it into a new container.
With new flour and water.
And what happens to the stuff in the old container?
I throw it away. Okay. I leave it in the sink, it hardens, and my wife gets mad and yells at me. So after a couple of days, you'll start to see some bubbles. And then you keep doing it, and eventually it really starts to grow. And that's your starter. And then you can take a little bit of that and mix it with some new flour and water, and then put it in the refrigerator. And I use a smaller container for that. And then once a week, take it out and redo it.
Where's the smaller container? The little tiny...
I just put it in the fridge.
Oh, so why don't you get that? We can see it.
So that's my smaller container, and I just did this one.
Okay. And so how many days does it take, go back over here because there's light behind you. How many days does it take to go from when you keep changing it from one container, every single day when you take a couple spoons out and put it in a new container, how many days do you have to do that?
3 or 4.
3 or 4 times, and then you think you get to the place where the bubbles
It starts to bubble, and then you've got, because it'll really start to go. And it's very gratifying when it does that. My problem originally was either nothing would grow, or if you let it sit in the same container, it would get moldy. So switching containers once a day is what helped me.
Okay.
And just use regular flour, regular water, and let it do its thing.
And then what's the book that you like?
There's 2 things that I like. One is New York Times Cooking has a instruction manual on sourdough bread from about 2 months ago. And then the other book, sorry,
We're not really professionals.
I'm using it right now, is Tartine Bread. And they're very similar. This one has a little more depth to it, explaining how things work. But they both work well, and I use them both.
And then what's the company that I got you the starters for Christmas? Where's that pack?
There's a pack. This is it. I used one of these, and I used the San Francisco sourdough.
How did you like those?
I liked it, but I have no problem with my own starter also.
Just starting from scratch. But
Correct.
do these do the same thing? Do you
Same thing.
put it in a container on the counter?
But if you do it yourself, you don't have to buy something.
Okay. All right. And then, well, give that a try, Chris and Krista, and anybody else that wants to try, and let us know how it goes. Maybe we can do more of this next time he makes dough. He can show you the nifty baskets he got that makes very nice designs on the bread. All right, we're gonna. Oh wait, he's getting the basket to show you now. Oh my God, all of us are really bored.
So they come with cloth inside, but you can take that out, and then you dust it with a mixture of rice flour and regular flour, and it really does not stick with the rice flour. And it makes a nice pattern on your bread. And you let it rise in this.
Okay, I was going to say, so you put the dough in there to rise, and then you take it out to bake.
Right.
Alrighty. Tom, thanks a lot. Second
Anytime.
career when you retire. Cooking with Tom, or tips from Tom, or Tom's
Yeah.
tips, or whatever. Alrighty. Hope this helps you guys. See you later. Bye.
Bye.